Hey, so you've been scrolling on Instagram, you've been getting all types of ads from Google, you got a Twitter or Facebook, you've been seeing uncle, friend, everybody traveling, right? It's 2025, you want to get the year started off correct, so you're adding some travel places. Just relax for a second, because we need to discuss something. In this video, we're going to be discussing 10 countries with current travel bans. First up, we have Afghanistan. Now, the cool thing about Afghanistan is it's known for its rich culture, which goes back thousands of years and has many historical landmarks. And as you know, they got the Hindu Kush mountain range. However, the reason why there's a security alert over here is because due to security concerns, including the presence of terrorist groups like Taliban and Al-Qaeda, the U.S. government has long advised not to do Afghanistan. When is the last time you heard of a country that has two different names? In this video, we're not going to get into the politics of the name, but we have the next country, and that's Myanmar, Burma. Now, Myanmar, Burma is famous for its vast complex of over 2,000 temples, right? And these go back as far as the 11th century. It's also most revered for the most Buddhist sites in the world. However, the reason why Americans are not allowed is because technically what's going on. So there's sanctions due to the military's human rights violation military acts against certain groups of people. These restrictions impact business, trade, and certain types of travel. You can still technically go, but it's extremely difficult and it's very dangerous. Como estas? The next country is none other than Cuba. Now, the relationship with the United States and Cuba has been tricky for a while. Cuba is famous for its vintage American cars from the 1950s, which are still in operation as private transportation today, and their world-famous Cuban cigars. Now, while Cuba was under an embargo for decades, recent administrations have made some changes to travel policies. However, restrictions still exist, right? So, particularly regarding tourism when it comes to the U.S. U.S. citizens are often required to travel under very specific categories like educational or humanitarian purposes to comply with regulations. This is another country that is difficult to go to. Alright, so the next country we have is Iran. Now, this country has a history dating over 3,000 years ago, including the ancient Persian Empire. Some people still to this day refer to themselves as Persian rather than Iranian. Now, as far as why that is, it could be for political reasons, it could be to trace the heritage. But a cool thing about this country is they have a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which was once the capital of the Archaemenid Empire and is now one of Iran's most famous architectural sites to this day. I've been hearing reports of the food being extremely good in this country, and I've been wanting to go. However, there is a lot going on. Libya is known for its vast cultural sites, the fact that it includes the Great Sand Sea, right? But Libya has been subject to U.S. sanctions for years, largely due to concerns over terrorism and instability. Now, while sanctions were lifted in recent years, the security situation remains volatile, and the U.S. government advises cautions against travel. It's almost impossible to get in this country, but technically you still can. Now, Libya has one of the best preserved Roman ruins in the Mediterranean, including in the ancient city of Sabratha, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Next on the list is none other than North Korea. Do I even need to say why? Right, North Korea and the United States have been going back and forth with each other for a very long time over nuclear warfare, over political uncertainty, a lot of reasons, but this is one of the countries that does have a travel ban, and for you to get in as an American is going to be very difficult, so good luck with that. Next on the list of countries with travel bans is none other than Mother Russia. Now, Russia, interesting enough, has the world's deepest and oldest freshwater lake, and it contains about 20% of the world's unfrozen fresh water. Russia also has the world's longest railway line, but travel to Russia is possible for Americans, but U.S.-Russia relations have been tense due to geopolitical issues, espionage accusations, and political disagreements. Certain sanctions and restrictions may impact specific travel or business activities. If you do somehow manage to get past everything and you do get to go see Russia, which I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. Surprisingly, I actually want to see it. I've been hearing things about St. Petersburg for a long time. I had a friend who visited many years ago, and he said it was very pretty. And every person I've asked who's been there said the same thing. Hey, it's a beautiful city, nice infrastructure, etc. But yeah, with everything going on with the war right now, it's going to be a little bit tough. But maybe in a couple years, I can check it out. But hey, my heart goes out to both of the groups involved in this situation. And I wish everyone the best of luck. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go to the next country. All right. So next we have on the list Saudi Arabia. Now, Saudi Arabia is the birthplace of Islam and is home to the two holiest cities, Mecca and Medina, which are very important sites for Muslims. Now, the country is home to the world's largest continuous sand desert. Now, why are Americans not allowed? Now, while Americans can technically travel to Saudi Arabia, they must meet certain visa requirements and the country's strict cultural laws, especially regarding dress code and social behavior. Now, this may pose challenges for some. I've advise you to be very on point if you were to get into here, because this is one of the countries that is known for not playing around. Now, diplomatic tensions, however, can also lead to restrictions, especially related to security concerns. Next is a country I feel like we don't hear about that much when it comes to America. Maybe you have a different experience. Let me know in the comment section. But this country is called Syria. Now, when I was in Turkey, I met a lot of Syrians who migrated over, but being in America, I don't really hear too much about Syrians and what's going on over there. But I will say it is home to the ancient city of Palmyra, a once flourishing desert city and known for its Roman ruins. They also have a city that has one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, with a history that stretches back thousands of years. There's a lot of history that's going on here. Why can't Americans enter? Well, that's the ongoing civil war, the presence of terrorist groups, and instability in Syria make it highly dangerous for Americans, and the U.S. has imposed strict travel restrictions in this particular country. Alright, last but certainly not least, we have the country of Yemen, another country located in what you would consider the Middle East. Now, they do have a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and this site is often called the most alien-looking place on Earth due to its unique flora and fauna, which many species are found nowhere else. It's so interesting, the culture of some of these places, but I've heard that over 90% of the population live under the poverty line. So that's a lot of hungry people. I hope that's not true, but my heart does go out to people in this particular situation. But these are 10 countries with travel bans, and I hope you enjoy your 2025.